The merch. Oh.
Hey.
Wait.
Hey. What the fuck is going on? Oh.
There we go. There we go.
The casual product placement that was not so casual. You can get your Bravo Wear Black and Team Daddy hat at the merch store located below. Love ya. That was today's episode. Aaron is in merch mode. Like, are you there?
The pause.
Aaron, please. The delay.
The delay. You guys thought it was just froze. No, I was here.
We're in a fucking weird ass mood, okay?
We're little monsters.
We're little monsters. Isn't that iconic that she performed Monster?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that we should. Oh, well, we have to do Black Excellence because we've been playing around with Black Excellence these last few weeks.
We have. It's been rough.
It hasn't really been rough. It's just we've been playing. But for real, Kevin Hart, because he has teamed up with, I think, one of the or both of the Obama's companies to adapt his film called Fatherhood into a Netflix series, because it was a movie on Netflix. I believe it came out like 2020, 2021, around like the pandemic stage. Right. And it was Kevin Hart in a more serious role, you know. We had some laughs, but it was more like lighthearted laughs. But he plays a single father who has to adjust to raising a child because his wife tragically passed away. And I remember thinking this is a really good movie. And now him and the Obama's production company are turning it into a Netflix series. So I love to see that Black Excellence, you know, love the Obamas, love Kevin Hart. I mean, Kevin Hart has just been knocking it out of the park. He recently got the Mark Twain Prize in Comedy, where all of his friends came up to, you know, honor him and really like just give him his flowers, because even if you don't agree that his recent stuff is all that funny, there was a time where Kevin Hart was running the comedy game, especially for our generation. We would be waiting for all his specials. We would be quoting his specials. We would, right. I don't know, like, you know, all of a sudden, sometimes when people hit a certain demographic and a certain point in their fame, people like to just turn on them and like hate them. And it could be true, like, you know, maybe he lost some of his edge, but at the same time, that doesn't take away from what he did do and what was so funny. Real Husbands of Hollywood, Wildin' Out, like all of these different things that he's actually known for. So shout out to Kevin Hart. Love him, love his family, beautiful family. His daughter is so gorgeous, Heaven. And, you know, his son is so handsome, and then his younger kids are cute too. But that is just like amazing news. I love that Netflix is doing that. He clearly has a good deal with them. And, you know, it's always good to get in with Netflix, because no matter how many times people complain, Netflix is pumping out fire.
I love that.
Who's your Black Excellence?
I got two, y'all. Ooh. So, well, actually, I got three. Three. So the first one is going to go to Rihanna, Riri, for Fenty hair. And I gotta say, this came as a surprise because, you know, Beyonce just released Sacred, and it's a bit complicated. But I do feel like this, her products are gonna be more so for like everybody. I feel like, because that's what she's focusing on in the advertisement. As you see somebody that looks like Clint Eastwood in the front lawn. So I'm just like, this is gonna be for Kyle Cook mullets. This is going to be for Portia Williams. This is going to be for if you got braids, if you got an afro, if you're bald, like whatever this is, this hair product is for you. And she's just expanding. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm not sure what these are going to, the price point of these hair products are going to be. I guess we'll find out when she releases them. But I'm hoping they're more on the affordable side. because I would like to use them. And I would actually like to do like a review and maybe a compare and contrast against sacred products just to see how they work. So I would like to see
Yeah,
that.
I saw that and I totally agree. And that is definitely Black excellence. And I love that she is expanding. Like, this is a Black billionaire baby.
It is.
So,
And it was needed. Like I feel like if you're gonna have lingerie, if you're gonna have cosmetics and all
makeup,
that, you might as well have hair products as well.
makeup, skincare, naturally. Next is hair products.
Exactly, exactly. So that's going to be one of them. Congratulations to Rihanna.
Yes,
So
queen.
excited for that. Then we have Malika and Khadijah Hack
Oh, because they're coming
because
back.
Sky High is coming back. Sky High, part two, guys. Fasten your fucking seatbelts, okay? You guys need to understand that Sky High 2 is about to come out. It's
What
going to
do we
be a
need to
thing.
understand about it? Like, can you
Because
please
the
like
power that
pretend?
that has, we have we have all these superhero shows, but it's like nothing still touches on is it Danielle Panabaker?
Yeah.
Danielle Panabaker in that scene where she gets all the plants and she busts the fucking window open. Do you remember that specific scene?
From Sky High.
What's gonna touch that? I remember being a kid and being like, wow, how does it get better than this?
I mean, Jean Grey tried, but she could never.
She
Poison
not
Ivy.
quite like
Poison Ivy
that.
tries, but she can never.
But who needs poison ivy at this point when we have Danielle Panabaker?
Thank you. And I'm fans of them all. I'm red right now because of Jean Grey, Poison Ivy, and all these bitches. But when it comes down to it, Daniel Panabaker was here before all these bitches.
She and was. And also shout out, well not shout out. I want to honor her too, Kelly Preston, because she's no longer with us. She would have been a part of the cast, hopefully, but
She passed
she
away.
will be missed. She will be missed.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
my third is gonna go to Golden Brooks. I almost forgot for a second, but Maya Wilkes from Girlfriends because she's of course going to be on Power, but she was also a guest on the Miss Pat show, and she did her thing. She played Pat's cousin in this one episode, and it was really good. The acting skills were on point, and I think this role is just going to prepare her for her role in Power because it's very similar to the Power universe because she's
Mm.
playing like a drug dealer. Like it's good, but the acting is good. When I say good, I was like
I didn't
Golden
even know
Brooks.
that the Miss Pat show was getting down like that to
Yeah,
have
like
drug dealers on it.
they are really stepping it up with the acting. Like it's still a
Well, they're
very
on
good
season 3,
show.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so things are really
I want to say, isn't this? I want to say this is season 4.
okay. See, like as far as you go
Yeah,
along,
yeah, this
more
is
things
season
start to
4.
happen.
So you guys should check it out. It's a really good show. They even have both of the Darnells from Girlfriends, and it's funny because they have Maya Wilkes, Maya's husband. So
Yeah,
it's really
that's what
good.
I'm
They got
saying. Like, is that done? Like,
they got both.
what's going
No, I
on?
don't know if it was done on purpose because they don't have a scene together, but they're gonna be on there. They also have Laura Winslow guest starring
I
on there.
love when these shows that are like the new era Black shows, like the Upshaws and
Mhm.
now like the Miss Pat show, like these are the new hot shows that everyone's talking about, but they're also honoring our legends from before by bringing them back into the fold.
Yeah.
Just like Power is one of the OG shows that did that, starting dating back to the original Power. People that we had growing up that we maybe not see anymore, and they show up on these new shows and making them relevant again in a different way, getting their flowers, and most
Literally.
importantly, hopefully they're getting paid the a check,
Yeah, I'm sure they are. I'm sure they are.
like a good check.
And they got some people on this season. Like we even have Aunt Viv.
Wow.
Um,
Dark
So
skin Aunt Viv or light
dark
skin
skin
Aunt
Aunt Viv. If you want
Wow.
me to kiss your ass, put it in my contract, Aunt Viv. That's the
Not
one
too.
right
Oh,
there.
that's my other. Okay, so then both thing. My other black
Is it Will
excellence,
Smith?
Will Smith and Martin Lawrence,
Okay.
because a lot of people have been worried about Martin Lawrence because they think that he has been appearing erratic, or maybe he suffered a stroke, or maybe this, or maybe that. I don't really like to speculate on people's health,
Right.
especially when you know that this person had gone through a lot mentally. And then also he recently said that he lost someone that was like a brother to him. So it doesn't even always have to be like physical health. Grief is a motherfucker. So, shout out to Martin, shout out to Will. They've been all over the world promoting Bad Boys. I will be the first one in theaters. I know Aaron is not a fan of Bad Boys because he says there's too many movies. But if they can have 10 Fast and Furious, then they can have
That, and I agree
10
with that.
Bad Boys.
I definitely agree with that because I done told y'all.
And also, just like the camera work, like Will has been a huge social media presence. He had to step down once he slapped Chris Rock. And, people would not let up on that. But I think it has been also a positive thing. Well, maybe not a positive. How do I say that? Because I don't want to say that. I think that Red Table Talk not being on and not going has also helped Will get some of his footing back. And even when it wasn't, like even when everything was going on, we have always stood 10 toes down on Will Smith. Like this is a man that raised us. This is a man that like is so ahead with fashion, it's in comedy, action movies. Like he is one of not even a black superstar. He's a superstar, period. It's like Tom Cruise and Will Smith. For me, it's Will Smith. Tom Cruise isn't even up there, but like Denzel Washington, he's among the
Oh
greats.
yes.
And just like Enemy of the State, he broke so many like box office
That is
records.
one of my favorite.
That's my mama favorite movie.
Enemy of the State.
It was so serious. Like I remember her just watching it, and like the room would be dark, and everyone would be quiet. It's just a very like serious movie.
It is, and it's like
so
I do not play
serious.
around with that particular movie.
It's so
Everybody has
underrated
to
too.
get quiet.
And isn't that Regina Hall that plays his wife on there?
Yes, absolutely. When they go in that man's house and they raid it and pull out that shit out of that closet, like that's when it gets real for me.
I think that is one of the most underrated black action movies in the history of black action movies because it was like so ahead of its time. We're talking technology. We're talking tracking.
Lisa Bonet.
We're talking Lisa Bonet. We're talking Regina Hall. Like just like the cast, the plot, like all of this shit. And
have
Will
you ever
Smith
been
is it?
An Enemy of the State?
The name in itself.
Because let me tell you, when I was in school and they would give us the FCAT, that's exactly how I felt.
And I'm going to need you to break that down because I
don't know, like just all that he had to go through to complete it. That's how I felt.
You felt that way circling bubbles or filling out bubbles?
Going in my Scantron, especially when the teachers would hover over you like this to make sure you're not cheating. You're like, shit, I can't.
You felt like an enemy
like
of the
you
state.
have us all the way across the room from each other. Like, how can I see that far? And they're like, number 2 pencil, start
only
now. You don't
they
have
would
that
let you
much
break
time.
for like a snack, and we're just like,
what was did you have an FCAT routine?
No, because I always did good with them. Like everyone would be nervous, but like, I was a school girl. Like that's why when I stopped going to school, whether it was college, when I stopped going to school, I had a full-on identity crisis because that was the only thing that I was good at. Like all I know how to do, you know how people are just bad test takers, but
Yeah.
they understand, they understand the concept and they understand assignments. But when it comes to test taking, they're not good at test taking. I was good at assignments and I was good at test taking. So it was just like another day for me. I was just looking forward to like, the snacks, or my mom could come and pick me up early. Like it was a
Oh my
great day,
God.
and everyone else panics because that literally is something that decided whether
I
you get
still
passed or
have
not.
like
Oh, you
anxiety
have
from that
anxiety from it. Yeah.
because it wasn't even a test itself, it was my mom. Because like every morning she makes breakfast and then she would play like a song, like a church song on the radio, and then she would be like, okay, now let's pray. And it would be
Oh my
so heavy.
gosh.
It would be so heavy each morning that we did it. And I could not wait.
And then you
This
go to
would happen
school
every
and they
week.
make it intense too because
Yeah.
the room has to be quiet. Like you have to skip desks. You have to make
It's
sure you have
too
the pencil.
much. And for y'all that don't know, the FCAT is the Florida Curriculum Assessment Test.
Wow. You remember the whole, wow. Damn. Yeah, it must have affected you if you remembered it like that. I called it was the LCAT.
It's the math.
It goes from 1 to 5, and math I wasn't that good at, but every time it came to reading and writing, fives across the board. When it came to math, 3, 4, but I passed it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would do pretty good too, but once we got in high school, I was like, oh, this is
And well, it was the FCAT, then it was like PSATs, and then it
oh
was
my God.
SATs.
I hated that. Like,
The
oh,
SAT was the only test that really like got me nervous. And then I did bad on not bad. I mean, I passed, but I didn't do good enough to, because I got the Bright Future Scholarship. So I was like, this is not a score that I can get the fucking scholarship with. So let me retake it. And I finally got the right score the second time. And I
and
was
it's a
so thankful.
relief when you
Yeah.
find out you pass, because specifically, and shout out to her, it was this lady, I'm gonna call her Miss G. But when I say she would pull you outside, and she would always have on this oversized hoodie specifically, and she would be like, "You passed." And then if you
It was
didn't
so
pass,
exciting
she
to
would just
see.
point at it, and like you would just walk back to your desk, and she wouldn't say anything.
And you just not want to like continue with your
Yeah,
day, but
I'm
you
just like,
can't. You just have to
fuck.
sit there.
Because the first time I did
Insane.
not, but
I passed, but like it was just a low score. I'm like, oh my God.
and she would make you feel like shit a little bit because she would be like, barely, barely, but you did it.
Enemy of the State. Okay, we're gonna go back to that. You know who I think would enjoy that movie? I think he does probably because Regina Hall's his favorite. Kendrick. Because
Oh,
Regina Hall.
I'm sure of that.
Like
Yeah,
I feel like we need a night where we just watch Enemy of the State at the same time and like just talk about it. But yeah, Will Smith, he posted on his Instagram, they're posting that they were in Spain, they were in Mexico, they were in Egypt, like all these different places to promote Bad Boys. But Bad Boys was filmed in Miami. And they're going to be in Miami, I believe, at the Marlins Park soon, you guys. I wish I could go. But he posted like a behind the scenes where it's a camera strapped to him and he's like doing this action scene and he's like shooting and all this stuff. And it's so cool because you see him wearing it and then you see the final scene. And it's like, my God, this man goes through so much to give us what he gives us. And you guys are going to like throw him out because of one mistake? Absolutely fucking not. Like y'all could never make me hate him. Never.
ever.
And then Martin, I love to see that they're working together because it's obviously the Martin show, which people argue that is funnier. And then instead of being like enemies, they teamed up. And that's like such a beautiful thing. Two hilarious, iconic Black men, especially at this age, still being friends, still doing these movies. And you can see that on the tour, Will is really like looking out for Martin. So I really love to see that. So you have
The
3 and I
brotherhood.
have 3. It's amazing.
I love this, guys.
And
Where's
we
your
did
Black
our
Excellence?
big one this week.
We absolutely did, because these were more serious ones, and I like to say.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But let's get into Being Little Monsters. I don't know if y'all know, but Stephanie Germanotta, she put out the Chromatica Ball tour on HBO Max. I think that was about a week or 2 weeks ago. I went in person in box seats, and I went to the last show because Miami was the last stop. She was unable to finish the show because it was raining and it was lightning, so the dancers could not finish. It's dangerous for everyone involved because it's an arena tour. It's like outside. So, it's dangerous for us and dangerous for her. She would have bust her ass if she kept, dancing. So she decided Edge of Glory, which was when she was on the piano. So we missed about 5 or so songs, but the whole tour was great. But watching this back, something in me felt like, wow, what, even though I was there, it's still, you see the effort that's put in, the fashion, the scale of this show, her dancers, the visuals that she put when you're transitioning in between songs and she's changing and all this shit, her choreography, her speeches, the way that they just don't do it like this anymore. Other than Beyonce, people don't do tours like this anymore. This is the equivalent for us. Our Beyonce and Gaga is our Michael Jackson, our Janet Jacksons, our Madonnas. You can see that in her inspiration. And the way that she dances is that she takes, things from our legends and she incorporates it and pays homage in her own way. And obviously she has her own singing, her own signature moves, her own dancing, her own fan base. And it's just such an amazing space. It's such high energy to see someone perform at that level for the amount of time that she performed is so crazy. And obviously she sang the old songs, she sang her greatest hits, she sang the new songs, she told a story. It's just so good. So I really want to know your thoughts about the freaking Chromatica tour.
I absolutely loved it. Loved the costumes. Loved the time and effort that she put in. Loved that she performed Monster. I also want to say that I like that she gave us the older songs and the song the Gaga, the infamous Gaga songs at the beginning.
Right.
And then she worked her way into the acoustics.
Right.
Which I love so much because I love Lady Gaga on the piano.
She sings harder, better, faster, stronger.
My favorite one was Shallow because that is my song. I don't think you guys understand how much that song.
Did you almost cry? I
did.
Won't lie. Sometimes I was tearing up because it's
I did.
Fuck.
That song, I will always cry. I want that shit to play at my wedding because I just think it's just so fucking powerful and beautiful. And it's God.
Exactly. And when she also did I'll Always Remember Us This Way, it's from the same movie, and I'm like, damn, this is just a song from a movie, and you that shit slap. I did want Bradley Cooper to kind of come out.
I was just about to say, it just made me want to see them get married live at the concert. Her and Bradley Cooper specifically.
She's in a complete
because the chemistry. I don't care. Break up.
He's with Gigi Hadid.
That doesn't mean anything when Shallow comes on. That doesn't mean anything to me. That's such a beautiful song. It's how can those two not be together? Don't tell me.
Okay, so then I have to ask you, do you think that the rumors were true?
That they were fucking around? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's when you're that connected to a person, though, come on.
And you make a song like this.
How can you not be? It's kind of like the Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson thing. They were so connected in that movie. How could you not be together? You're living this fantasy, this fairy tale. Everybody, I'm not going to say everybody, but a lot of people fantasize about being in a Twilight movie and just the romantic chemistry that goes with it. Do you not agree?
I agree, but I just
Maybe
don't know
not at
how
this
many
point in your
people.
life, but it's like,
No, but
yeah,
well, for me personally, I still do. Like
I
every time I
still
watch the
do.
movie, I want to get that
Exactly.
very straight. Like there's nothing camp about it.
I
I'm not being ironic. I want my wedding to be just like we want our weddings to literally be like the Twilight
we
weddings.
want the same wedding.
And I want the same chemistry and I want the same like vibe because it was just fucking love. Like period. But it's just the way that you said it was so matter of factly. Like I think everyone wanted to be in
I
a
do.
Twilight
I'm
movie.
gonna speak for all of you guys because it's like, who doesn't want that fairy tale type of love? And if you are, maybe you are like Jacob. Maybe you are Team Jacob. That's just
And if
how I
you're Team
feel.
Jacob, what do you think? What do you say to Team Jacob people?
Oof. It's so
Because
much.
there are a lot.
There are a lot. I don't know.
Mhm.
Keep dreaming. That's what I'll say. Keep dreaming. Because it's like things don't work out that way. And I would also like to compare that to just like, I'll get into that later when we do our Sets in the City segment. But like those who view Team Big and Team Aiden, those who are Team Aiden, I would say keep dreaming.
I would understand Team Aiden a bit more because at least we had the romantic aspect of Carrie and Aiden, especially throughout the series and both series actually and the movie. But with Team Jacob, it was like the one movie that Edward wasn't there. He kissed her and she wanted to beat the shit out of him. Like there was no romantic
It wasn't.
aspect
It
to
was a
it.
good time.
And then he ends up marrying her daughter or like wanting her to be with her
Mm,
daughter. Like that shit was weird as
we're not
fuck.
even going to talk about that. That's the part where I was like, Stephanie, girl, you don't have to
What
do
the
that
fuck
like
was
that.
that about,
Fuck was that
dude?
about? Like
Um
La Push? Weird.
but yeah, okay. So tell me, favorite acoustic song was Shallow. What was your favorite high energy song?
Monster.
And the
Monster.
way that she did that
Thousand
shit,
percent.
I did not know that it was going to be in the. Well, I realized it was going to be in the set when I got tickets because then I look up immediately when I get tickets. I look up the set list. But when I saw it was on there, I'm like, it can't be the Monster that I'm thinking of.
No, it is. And as a matter of fact, everything goes back to Twilight because you can't tell me that that wasn't a Team Jacob song. He's a wolf in disguise, but I can't stop staring at those evil eyes. I told him, get your paws right off of me. Like that was Bella. I told him, get your paws right off of me. Whenever
What
she
a
says that,
song!
it's so powerful to me. Like, I don't know what, and
I
I've been
actually
singing
do
it
the
all day.
choreography, and like in my mind, there's already a video for it, and there is no video for that song.
Right.
Like I've created my own video and like choreography for it. It's like get your pose right up to
And let me
me.
tell you, people are so tired of me saying it because I've been saying it all day,
When have you been
especially at
saying?
work. They're like, Aaron, enough.
No, but the lyrics are so powerful. And then when you think about what she was doing, like Bad Romance, Poker Face, all these songs, this bitch was doing this shit at like 21, 23 years old. Do you know how powerful that is?
Too powerful.
How do you even think of that? Like,
Too
what?
powerful.
You're
What
speaking
was your
French,
favorite acoustic?
German, acoustic. It has to be. I'm not even a fan of Angel Down because I'm not really a fan of the Joanne album. But when she sang that shit,
Me either. That was my least favorite,
that's
honestly.
my least favorite
But I
album.
was like,
But hearing it live, it has to be between Angel Down and also Always Remember Us This Way because it's so sad. It's like I'm gonna always remember us. Like they're just core memories of your life in general that you're going to remember those core memories so you can connect it to it, so it's so emotional. And then also just her like having that outfit on, that bodysuit with the fucking alien head and the guy with the fucking guitar getting down, like my god. And her vocals are just so powerful. And also thinking about how they replaced her with they replaced Khloe Kardashian with her in like the commercials for like the migraine medicine. What is that, Zyrtec or whatever? It's so funny. Like just seeing Gaga on those commercials instead of Khloe Kardashian. And it's so good. And then as far as my favorite high energy song, it's definitely Monster. And then obviously the closing song was Rain on Me. And I heard Hold My Hand and I liked it, but I didn't think it was a song that you should close with. But hearing her close with it and like seeing how she jumped over that fire, she had on that jacket, like
it's serious. It's very serious. And not to mention she had a bob. Not to mention she
I was
had
waiting for you.
Because
Waiting
it's
for you to
like
bring that up.
when I seen that, I'm like, she's gonna do everything she needs to do tonight. There's not gonna be any stopping. She's gonna go there.
There was none either. I thought that we were going to get like behind the scenes. I thought we were going to get like a break. I thought we were going to get something, but no, she went round
Straight
for
through.
round for
And it's
round
like
for round.
after a certain period of time, I was like, damn, I know she's tired. Because it's like I'm tired and I'm not even
thirsty.
Performing. Like
I was tired as a
because
fan.
mentally I'm performing in my head. And I'm like, shit, I need an Evian. I know.
I need Aquafina. Like, it was just like, damn, how do you have the stamina to do this shit?
I also want to ask you, how do you feel when art pop plays? Like, are you the type of person that just falls out of your chair?
Well, when she does applause in that one part where it's just like the music shaking and flashing, I usually do like a fake, like, I shake my body real hard. And like, it just gets to me. I wish that she performed. That's what my other question was going to be. Like, I wish that she performed Guy. Cause Guy is my shit. Why? And then the housewives in the clouds and Andy Cohen's on the video.
If I was a boy, if I were a boy, that's what that means to me.
When she performed Telephone, I'm just like, it made me just really want to like knock their heads together and be like, where's Telephone 2? Both of you bitches are out, you know, fucking around, putting out albums.
This would be the perfect time too, because
this is the time to do it.
Country mode. Like, this is the perfect time to like, but maybe that might be the transitional period to her next act. That's what I hope.
I would love, because I thought it was coming in part 2. For some reason, I thought it was coming in part 2, especially like, I don't know, some of the signaling in the Verizon commercial.
Specifically, like, I was like, you see,
Honeybee. And then the fact that Gaga's out there, she's out there, like, show these, like, I've been waiting for that shit since I was a child, like, not even joking. What is holding it up? You promised us part 2.
I should have left my phone at home, because this is a disaster.
It's also like, stop calling me. I'm with my friends.
That's how I feel.
I'm in the club
all the time.
I can't hear you. Fuck off. I don't want you.
Just the faces that she made in that video and how annoyed she was.
It's so
feel like
real.
That often. I feel like that often. Like with that leather jacket, when she's like, I'm like, yeah. I feel like that.
And when she was grabbing her crotch, like, same, honestly. Like, I have no
art
dick.
Pop, just to go back to that, it definitely makes me feel like a broken statue. Like, I just feel like I'm just falling apart completely. Especially when she does that. It wasn't the Chromatica ball, but it was this other concert that she had actual art. Like, and I want to say it was for the art pop era, and someone put a fucking glass of wine on one of the statues, and she like fucking knocks it over with all her might. And I'm just like,
my God.
Gaga. Gaga. Like, stop being so fucking rude. And get out of the way. Like, they weren't even getting out of the way. I don't even know why she decided to do that, but I trust the process. Like,
it doesn't matter. Like, it worked.
In the entrance to the stage, and I'm like, how are you gonna do this? with all these people,
She's
and she
dramatic.
just makes it work.
She does, because she has like this big dick energy. She's like 5'2", 5'3" max. And she just has on like these 9-inch heels, this badass attitude, this leather jacket, this weird, crazy ass makeup. She's
Yeah,
white as a ghost, but she has soul in her. It's just like they don't make pop
and
stars like
art.
this.
That's
It
the thing that a
is.
lot of people don't get with Lady Gaga. It's
They
different for
don't.
me because it's art. It's
Right.
art. It's like she's literally coloring in with her Crayola pencils, like how she wants her concert, what the stage is
Mm-hmm.
gonna look like. It's like
Mm-hmm.
it's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. Like the choreography, the fashion choices,
The
like
choreography,
the
the
pauses,
everything, the dancers.
her constantly telling us to put your fucking hands up, and you're just like,
Put your paws up.
put your paws up, put your claws up,
The
like
way my fucking dog was in the
dance.
living room, like
And you have to blast that shit.
you do.
And it was just like, I don't know.
It was different. It was different. That's all I can say.
This is some shit that you never
You
seen
have
before.
to see. You have to go to not HBO Max, but Max, and you have to literally
Okay.
go to the Chromatica and
Right.
press play and
Right.
just watch it. Just watch it. There's no other way to say it. Like,
Right.
just sit there and take it.
Mother.
Amazing experience, and I'm so glad that we can experience this and watch this over again. And hopefully Beyonce does the same thing with Renaissance
That's
because
what I was about to say. Can she?
I need to see that. Get that shit right back on. If she doesn't want to do Max, which I think
Wherever
she
you
should do
want.
Max
She can
because
put it on
it would
Beyonce.com.
be perfect if she did Max because then it would be Beyonce, then it would be Lady Gaga, then it would be Shakira. Because Shakira
Right.
also has a serious concert on there, and that shit
I
is
want to see that. It's
serious.
good.
It's good from what I've seen.
I need to go back and watch that. After Gaga, I was tired.
Because that's
Like I
literally what
had to
my
go.
movies led me into. It was like after you see this shit, watch Shakira, and I'm like, I don't think I got it, and I didn't have it. I didn't have it, but she is like,
Like the Beyonce
yeah,
Shakira. I remember when that video came out, the impact that it had. I can't even dive into that, but please, like Renaissance, bring Renaissance to it. And then my number one request is for them to get together. I don't know what happened. Do telephone too. We're not going to stop asking for it. It's like those. It's like
never,
they think that we'll just forget about it because
never.
at the end, I don't know if you noticed, she announced LG7.
Mhm.
So her next album is coming out. It's already done from what I heard. So you're announcing the next album, but I hope you know that we're going to keep asking for
What
telephone.
is this gonna be like? Maybe it's gonna be on there.
I would love it. I would love that. There's nothing I want more.
But she's like, you don't know. You
Keep
never
pushing.
know. You never know. You never know. And it just has me thinking, like, what can she possibly do? Because me personally, I feel like Lady Gaga has done everything. Like, what is she going to do now?
It's also the way that art pop was discriminated upon, talked down about, not cherished or appreciated, didn't chart as high as it should. Like you
You
bitches
know
really
what I love
slept on
though?
art pop.
That is what that album meant. Like, that's what she was talking about in the
Like
fucking
you
album.
don't get it. You
You
have to
just,
see it.
you literally proved her point. And I love that. I love that they didn't give her the sales for that. I love it because that's why she knocked that fucking wine glass over because she's like, you don't fucking get it and you're disrespecting me.
That's exactly how I feel about this podcast, or like when we post some memes and it doesn't get as many likes as I feel it should get.
That's us,
It's
and
like,
we're knocking your cups over.
but yeah, Gaga girl, if you want to come on the show, you got a spot for you.
Please. Oh
and
my
release
God.
Telephone also. And I can't wait to see her as Harley Quinn too, because she's back in her weird. If you guys go to her Instagram, this bitch is posting the weirdest shit
And I love it.
ever. And I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. And like, this is what people don't understand. I want to be very present of like where we are in music right now, because we have Beyonce at her height. We have Gaga at her height. We
But
have
it's
Nicki
just
Minaj at
Mhm.
her height. We're all the only person that we're missing right now is Rihanna. But if we had Rihanna, we
And
would have
also
2009 all over again.
fucking Katy Perry. That's another person that I want to get out of
Is
there. 'Cause
she?
Katy Perry is powerful. Like I don't think people
People
understand.
forget. They forget until she comes out with another hit.
I can still play Teenage Dream.
Oh, every day.
Like, and I don't think people understand that. The
I feel like
power,
people do understand.
the power that that song, the power that her albums have, the power that Kyle XY had being in Thinking of You. Like, Katie. Okay. Oh,
And
what
also,
is
she is not pregnant, because there are pictures that we're saying that Gaga was pregnant, and she apparently just denied them. Because
no,
I'm like, we
she's
have
probably just eating.
LG7. Like, stop. People can have a tummy.
It also just makes me want to start being weird as fuck. So if you guys see that,
In my
just
weird
know,
era, if I
yeah.
post a picture of literally like just my knee, just
Like no,
understand that you don't
if
get
I
it.
just cut all my eyebrows off, like right now, just deal with it.
Wait, don't do it now. Think about it
Just deal
first.
with it. Just deal with it. If I do it, I want you guys to just be like, he is in his art era right now.
Art pop era. Yeah. It
Yes.
makes me want to just like fucking be this
Replace
wild little
your
girl.
crazy girl fucking
This
with
little
the
crazy wild little girl that it's like J Lo thought that she was gonna have this moment, but like she had to
she
cancel her
didn't.
tour.
I felt okay, yeah, I felt
I didn't
really
feel
bad
bad at
about
all.
it. I
I
did
didn't.
because it was embarrassing. Like you had to cancel your shit because your shit did not do well. And on top of that, you blamed it on Ben Affleck. And he was like, that's not my motherfucking fault that those people took your shit away because you weren't doing what the fuck you need to do in sales. And that part was very embarrassing to me because I'm like, you blame that on that man. And he is pissed. You know that's why he hasn't said shit. Because he's like, now why would you go and tell those people that lie? Because me and you have been having problems. They ain't had shit to do with why your
Since they
concert
got married, this man
since
has
they
been
got married.
slamming the fucking door, chain smoking,
He's
like
tired of her. He hates her. Because she's a crazy little girl running around the
from the
goddamn house
Bronx.
from the
And the
Bronx.
orange drink, which by the way, we call them hugs. But in New York, they call them quarter waters. So she specified what the orange drink was, and they were fucking hugs.
I'm
And I'm
so
like, girl,
sorry.
then like anything but little orange drink. What are
Just
you
put
talking
that
about?
fucking dress on that you want to put on because I know you want to put it on. Get it from Marlo Hampton because that's who has it now, I heard. And put that shit on and do what you need to do. And stop blaming Ben Affleck for them canceling your shit. Because that's what they were literally talking about in the paper. They're like, J-Lo sales are not doing good at all. So the people downtown are thinking about pulling her shit.
They've been saying this shit. And then remember, it went from the sales aren't being, they aren't good, but we're going to give it a chance and we're going to rebrand this tour. That's where she fucked up. She said that this is me now. No one cares about your new music now. We want to hear the music with Ashanti
That's
in the
what she does.
background. We want to hear the
That's
music
what
with A.
she does
Marie in the
not.
background.
She doesn't
She doesn't want to do that.
understand. She doesn't
She
understand. Get the fucking cane. That's literally what the people want to see.
Right. But by the time she figured that out and rebranded it,
They were like,
we
you
made
know
it so
what? Actually, we don't want this at all. So bye.
then
And then
you
you put
went
out
viral on
Atlas.
TikTok. Well, that's the number one movie on Netflix. And I think that's what she should stick to. Just stick to acting.
But now they're looking at you like you put more time and creativity and energy into this shit. But this music is not where it needs to be. And I hate to say it, but I feel like Dua Lipa and her need the same class. Whatever class that is, they need that.
Because no
You either
one.
gonna be an actor or actress, or you gonna sing. Which one you gonna do? Because
Some
not
people can't
everybody
do
can do
both.
both.
Everybody can't do, even the greatest can't do both.
And we don't even need to specify.
I'm just saying.
We don't even
That's
need to
it. And
specify
that's why I
what.
said I left it at that.
Yeah.
And they knew it. And they got it.
So they're like, I'm gonna do voice acting actually. Even Moni from Little Women Atlanta realized her calling in voice acting.
Okay. I think that the music portion of the podcast is over. And that'll be that. But okay, we have to get into Abbott Elementary, the finale, because we never got to speak about it.
Oh, good.
Amazing. What we wanted all season, slow burn, perfect, funny, back to its roots. That's what I wanted to say. It was so funny.
This was
I
the
was
best
just like,
episode of the
finally.
season. The best episode of the season. Like, I was so happy from the time that they did. It's the last day of school, and Janine's like, I want to have a party, and I want to throw it at my place. And everybody's like, no, you should throw it at Barbara's place because Barbara has more space. But Janine is like, no, I got a plan. I'm going to do this. She literally plans for everybody to come, and she purposely dirties up her house. Like, she throws shit on the floor, like she throws cups, she leaves dishes in the sink. So literally Barb and Jesse's mom can
Mr. Minty.
Miss Minty, because I never know how to say her name, but Miss Minty can literally go over and clean that shit up. And they come over and they're like, this place is a mess. We're going to get you right. And it's a pride thing. They feel like they're really doing something. And she's like below them in a sense. So this was all a plan from her. And they literally do exactly, they fall right into the plan and they clean everything up. And her goal is to keep everybody divided. Like, she has a section for the nerds, she has a movie room, she has a section for um the janitor because he likes to play dominoes. And then she has a section in the kitchen for the people who are kind of awkward and don't really know how to interact with people. So she had a little something for everybody. Now, did it work out that way? No, because everybody mixed and mingled, which I kind of figured that was going to happen anyway. And
It was going so well, though. It was so funny. Like,
yeah,
Ava came. She had to pay Ava to be there.
and I found that funny, and I was like, this is very realistic because Ava would not want to be there.
Right.
Was very happy that she stayed as long as she could. And she also tried to, her goal was to tell Gregory how she felt about him, which didn't really go as planned because every time she tried to do it, like a distraction happened. Um, and she kind of just gave up on the idea. And when she did that, it was going to piss me off because I'm like, if Gregory does not come and if they don't get together now, just cancel the show. That's what I said.
Oh my God.
I literally said it because it was pissing me off because they're dragging it at this point. And literally, she plugged some girl's charger in, and it caused a power outage. So that's what ended the party. And I'm happy that it worked out the way it worked out. Gregory ended up leaving, and he was not going to come back, and he wasn't really going to initiate anything with Janine because he thought that she was going to be with Manny. And truth be told, that did not happen because Manny was down the street and not even worried about Janine at all. So he went back to
And
the
she
house.
turned him down.
Yeah, and she turned him down. So he went back to the house and he got what's his. And he was like, let me kiss you a little bit. And then he turned off the lights and they closed the door. So somebody said that Janine went to Pound Town, and I absolutely believe that. I absolutely believed it. I'm happy to see that they're together. But I want to ask you, what do you think the future holds for Janine and Gregory? Do you think the next season is going to start off with them being in a successful relationship, or do you think things will be fizzled out by then?
No, they have to go through with it because we already had like this flirtation thing. We finally have the payoff. So they will come in strong as a couple, probably like an annoying couple. And
Yeah.
they'll get to spend the summer together, so they'll be like used to each other, but they're probably not gonna know how to handle it in the workplace, which is what, you know, was really a point of contention when it came to them hooking up or whatever. I think that my whole thing is it going to last throughout the series like a Jim and Pam type beat where they eventually end up getting married? Or are they going to break up? Or are they going to say the other break up and then get back together and we just have that whole will they want they thing happening? What would you prefer to happen versus what do you think is going to happen?
I want them to stay together. I would like to see that. Because if they break up, then it's kind of going to piss me off because I'm also comparing it to The Office. And I want Black love to be strong. Like, I don't want it to be easily tarnished and just tear apart. Like, to me, that's defeating the purpose because this is a Black show. And I view it as the Black version of The Office in my head. Like how we had two
Well,
summer houses.
yeah. Well,
This is the
yes.
Black version of The Office. And it's like,
Well,
I
yes.
just need for them to work out. And I have another question for you. Do you think that Jim and Pam are still together, or do you think that Pam left Jim and the kids and she went to pursue happiness?
Well, that would mean that she was unhappy. You thought that Pam was unhappy?
Hmm.
Why did you think that Pam was unhappy?
I think like at the end she realized it wasn't all it was cracked up to be.
Even after the two kids, or how
Yeah.
many kids they had? Damn. I wasn't expecting the answer to that. And I wasn't expecting that answer either. No. For the purpose of the show, like in the purpose of my mind, they have to be together. It's just like Ross and Rachel. They're still together in my mind.
I kind of want to see them apart though. That would like really shake the table.
They're working on that Office reboot. I don't know if they're gonna have any OGs in it or not.
Yeah, I heard that there might be
It's
like
unnecessary.
cameos, but I don't want to see a whole new like
I don't want to see it
group
at
of
all.
people.
I'm sorry. It's
Unless
too
they bring back the
soon.
OG cast, that's the thing. Like, that's the only way I would be interested in it. But if they're not
Right.
bringing back Angela, Jim, Pam,
Michael.
Michael, I'm really want.
It's too soon, I feel. Like if they did it in another 10 years, sure. But I think the show went off in what, like 2000 something, 2009, 2010, or even 2000, even if it was 2012, right? It's only been about 10 years. The show has a new generation of watchers that are invested in it. Like, let this show stew before you bring it back. Like, if you need to bring it back, it ended out perfectly, and it kind of went too long. It should have ended when Michael left, if we're being honest.
Mm-hmm.
But they found a way to get more seasons out of it, and it was what it was. So just leave it alone.
I think now is well, maybe in my head, I guess I assumed when I first heard about it, I'm like, they're trying to do it before while everybody is still here. Like that's what I felt in my head, and they didn't want to risk doing it later because of how things are sometimes. Like
Well, yeah,
this is
that's life.
yeah.
People, naturally. But I just feel like there are some shows where we don't need a reboot. We just don't. It was a show. It was great, and it's there, and we can preserve it. And I understand. Like, I'm the first person to be like, well, if you don't like it, then just don't watch it. But it's just still like, why is this a thing? Just like the whole Twilight series that's coming, just like the whole
Well,
Harry
I don't know.
Potter
I kind of feel a little
series.
bit different about Twilight because I'm like, I can literally jump into that and be okay. I
The
can
thing
jump
about
into
it is,
it.
I don't. I people rag on Twilight so much that I'm like, okay, if you do a series, You have to do it right. And then people are like, oh, any way they do it is going to be right because it was just such a bad series. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear the bullshit of how terrible Twilight was of a movie and turn it into a show. I want the casting to be perfect if they are going to do it. I want, like, I don't know, like, I just don't want it. I don't want it.
I vouch for Blair Underwood to play Carlisle.
That'd be great. And then when it comes to the Harry Potter series, I think that it would actually benefit because the Harry Potter books compared to the movies, there was just so much more story to tell. Mm-hmm. So it would make sense to turn that into a series. And you already have it mapped out, just like they're doing the Percy Jackson one and they're doing the Avatar and stuff like that. So
are you gonna watch the Twilight one when it comes?
Oh, I'm absolutely gonna watch it. Yeah. No, okay. I'm not boycotting it at all. I'm gonna be the first one to watch it. I'm actually hoping that by that time we'll be able to get screeners. Hopefully, I'm trying to figure out where they're gonna put it.
Because I want to see the same. I want them to release all the episodes at one time.
Yeah.
Netflix, please take it. Take it.
Somebody, because even Netflix is playing around and doing half this month, half next month. I'm waiting on Bridgerton. I got 10 more days.
Don't piss me off. Because when Twilight, I need to see it from beginning to end. Drop 4 seasons at one time.
Exactly. I become like one of those toxic people when it comes to certain shows, like, because I don't fuck around with certain stuff. Put all the shows on and put it on at 12 EST. Yeah. Don't put that shit on at 3 a.m.
You have certain shows
EST.
And you know, that's how I feel about it, just like that. Because it's like, when it premieres...
baby, that's week to week. I don't know what to tell you.
That's fine with me, though. Because I need that discipline anyway. Because I'm out of control now, as it is.
Okay, well, speaking of Sex and the City... we quickly, because we don't talk so much about all this other shit. We had things to say. Y'all know the pop culture episodes. Like, we have so much to talk about. We quickly will go over the movies, and then next week we'll get more in depth. Mm-hmm. We'll start with the shows. But, okay, the first movie is obviously the big thing where... Big stands her dumb ass up because he never wanted her, did not want her, doesn't like her.
Please stop.
Was never going to marry her.
Absolutely wanted her.
Hated her.
He was just scared.
Didn't want to get married at all. He was forced.
He was scared. He was going to marry her. She was the one that acted. Well, I get it. She panicked. As anybody would when you get in a phone call and it's like, hey, I don't know if I can do this. But he literally thought about it and he's like, you know what? I want to be with her, period. And as he's on his way back, he literally sees her and she just beats his ass with flowers. So he's like,
as he should.
Give me a chance. And she never gave him a chance. She's like, no.
Do you blame Lily? Or do you blame Miranda? Because I know you love, not having Carrie take responsibility for her actions. Do you blame Lily for opening the phone and not,
Yeah, I do.
She's not able to find the phone?
I do. I blame Lily now.
Or do you blame Miranda for saying you're crazy to get married right before the wedding? Because those are two different things that happened that did affect, his...
The thing is, Lily hanging up the phone, it didn't really mean anything because I feel like he would have said the same thing because of what Miranda said. I still feel like he would have been hesitant somewhat. Like, even if he went through with it, I think it would have just been a lot. And something would have happened. But Miranda knew that she should not have said that shit. And she really messed up with that. She really did mess up with that.
But Steve fucking cheated on her. But at
the same time, that's not Big's fault. And just knowing what Carrie has told you about this man, you already know he's looking for.
But I'm just saying, it's heat of the moment. Her and Steve had just had a confrontation. So she just made this off the cuff comment, not realizing how big of a thing she really did not do that shit on purpose. So what did you think about that?
I believe it too. I don't think she was like intentional with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still blame Miranda. Miranda? I think it's her fault.
Are you happy that Miranda forgave Steve for speaking of like everyone's relationship
Yeah,
status? Like,
because I think it was one of those situations where I think Steve learned from his mistakes. And I still think that even in just like that, Steve had a point to feel how he felt. Um, but yeah, I forgave Steve.
okay, and then Samantha's storyline. What did you think about her whole thing with Smith, Jared? Men, she's basically like watching this other man dig down a different woman every night,
I
and
understood
she's
it.
just like, "I have to break up with you."
I understood it because Samantha was in a better space in her life. And for her, that was her end goal. She's like, I don't want to settle down with you, actually. I want to continue doing what the fuck I've been doing. And I
Yeah,
and I love that for her. I did want her to get a little bit more serious because I thought everybody progressed, but I think it's about how you look at progression too. So
right.
I changed my
Because
mind
that's just
about
who
it.
she
Yeah, that's who
is.
she is. And that's what she wants out of life. And there shouldn't be anything wrong with that. So I had to really think about it before I felt like how I
Because
felt.
that's what you said last week. You were like,
Hmm.
I feel like she had the least progression.
Yeah.
But I feel like if she didn't stay true to herself,
She would be
then
miserable. She wouldn't be
yeah,
happy. So and that man was fine on top of that. Like, so do what you gotta do.
like Tarzan out of closet. Okay, so Charlotte, she obviously adopted Lily, who basically ruined Carrie's wedding, and she finds out that she is pregnant. And you know, her and Harry, they don't have any problems because Harry is, he know that he won the lottery. So how do you like her storyline? Because it ends up that Big is the one, like she finally sees him. She's like, I cursed the day you were born. She's me as a friend. Like when she grabs Carrie and she's like, no, no. And they get in the car and she like scurries over into the
I'm like,
limo and they
oh my
drive the fuck off.
gosh. But I did understand
Absolutely.
it because she didn't want Carrie to get hurt again.
Exactly. But then she curses the day that he was born, but
Yeah.
he ends up taking her to the hospital and it's like, damn. And just like that.
And just like that, Carrie and Big meet again. I was very happy that that happened. Shout out to Steve. Because one thing about Steve, Steve always looked out for Carrie and Big. And Carrie, I feel, always looked out for Miranda and Steve, which
Yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
It's like they kind of had that understanding, like we're both kind of one and the same, Steve. So you do your thing and I'm gonna do my
That's
thing.
why even in just like that, they hang out separately, but we'll talk
Yeah,
about that next week. Um
exactly. So shout out to Steve because he understands what life is about. And it's about Carrie and Big. That's what it's about.
exactly.
And I love that. I love that meme that shows like they're talking about I think the election and Carrie's like Big is
The
moving to
one that I
Paris.
sent you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's because this is what life is about, guys. Like, come on. He's moving to Paris. Everybody get up.
But
Shut the
like
fuck up.
I don't give a fuck about this who's president. I
Yeah.
give a fuck about Big and he's moving to Paris.
Yeah. Like
Why
me
is no one
personally,
understand that?
I would give a fuck about it. But Carrie Bradshaw lives in her own world, and I can't blame her for, you know,
I feel like you wouldn't give a fuck about it, but for the sake of the
you think.
conversation, yeah.
Well, I haven't found my Mr. Big yet, so I don't know.
Right. If you had a Mr. Big, you would be
Because
this
you're like, it's
exact
like you're
way.
sad anyway.
Don't matter
That
who's
man got
president.
money.
That's
Yeah,
why rich
he's
people
got
don't give a
money.
fuck.
That man got money. But its life, unfortunately, does not work like that. And I want to clarify because everybody's like, I don't want people to take things out of context.
Especially with your team daddy hat on.
This presidential, yeah, this presidential election is very important. Get out there and vote.
I can't take you seriously with that.
Yeah.
What I did want to ask you also about obviously
And
is
this is a team daddy hat, guys.
If you watch Married to Medicine, you know.
Yeah, it's just
And
in
if you
red.
don't,
Like,
watch Married to Medicine.
no.
His name was Dr. Damon. So what did you think about, I think the thing about this movie that captivated me more so than the second movie is that they have these fashion montages, and like in every romantic comedy they have fashion montages, but this one has two. The one where she's trying on all these wedding dresses, and then the one where she's like putting on all the clothes. Like some of them are callback from the original show. Some of them are like her 80s clothes. I really love that about.
Yes.
It was just so
that was
satisfying to see, after, especially when you watch it after watching Sex and the City, and you see the white tutu, and you're like,
wow, this is iconic. And even the scene where she's like, I'm gonna be a brunette now. Like
she turned into Dorit.
And that is what she should have stayed. Carrie should be a brunette again, like Kim Zolciak.
Oh, did you see that?
She looks so good. And I'm glad people are realizing, as much as I like blonde too, brunette is in again.
That's hot. Like Jocelyn says,
brown
like,
hair
that's
is
hot.
in again. So you don't have to do all of that sometimes. And that's what I think Carrie needs to take note of. Do that brunette, because in the long run, it's going to help.
Also helps like her face, you know, like when Samantha was like, are you calling me to tell you you got Botox? And she's like, no, I got married. She's like, oh. She told that bitch she need Botox. So her wedding in Vogue, freaking love that. I guess the last question about the first movie is obviously Jennifer fucking Hudson. Her
Jennifer Hudson
with that loud ass singing, those ugly ass purses.
Oh my god, those
That's we
honestly
got love.
When she sung that song, like towards the end of the movie, and it was
so loud. Like you have to literally like look for your remote. You're startled.
And let me tell you something that's so funny. Like I lost my remote that night.
The fucking Roku. It's like you're like slamming through the covers.
I was like,
Jennifer Hudson,
what is going on? It was so loud because I had my TV all the way up because I wanted to hear everything. I wanted to hear them breathe. Like this movie was so serious to me. And Jennifer Hudson's character was just so good from start to finish. I wanted her back the second movie, actually.
Louise from St. Louis. I love that she had her own storyline. I liked her and Carrie's relationship. I like that she, you know, ended up getting married. She put those emails aside into a different folder instead of just blocking him, because I would have blocked his ass, and she would have never found those little love letters.
Because she knew.
Because I'm a hater. Like, and they would have been single. Like, that's it. But she knew. She loves love. She's like you. She's a romantic.
Exactly. And she's like, and I'm going back to St. Louis. To St. Louis. And this is gonna be for you, Carrie. Love. That was the password too. Love. She's like, Jennifer Hudson, what is the password to my computer?
Not even Louis. Not even
Louise. She's like, love. And she literally typed it in and she's seen everything.
Okay. Understand. They end up getting married in a courthouse wedding, but I will
don't say it like that. Why would you say
because I would never marry that man. I'm sorry. We had I was in Vogue. I was a 40-year-old bride in Vogue. That. We were in. Do you see how beautiful? I wanted to talk to you about the wedding venue too. How iconic is it that she had the fucking New York Library as her wedding venue? Like,
it was very
iconic, that amazing?
But it was too perfect for Carrie Bradshaw. That's not Carrie Bradshaw. That's more Charlotte. Carrie's life is a little bit messy.
So she deserved the courthouse wedding
She
she got.
deserved a courthouse wedding.
But her friends were there at the end, and she got to see all of them. And then they went to brunch at the diner. What?
And Big was like, "I called all your friends, by the way," and that's why. And then he's like,
"Don't fucking do that," because he did, and that's the exact face he made. Okay, Sex and the City 2.
I hated this movie. No, okay.
Everyone hates the second one.
I love it in the sense of this is Samantha's last project. So it's like I have a certain appreciation for it. But honestly, I did not need to see Aiden. That kiss never had to happen. And I kind of thought that I believe that's what gave Big even more hard problems. When Carrie told him about that kiss. Because that didn't have to happen.
You think that Carrie she stressed him out with that kiss?
Hell yeah. And the fact that and that's what people don't give to Big, because she still betrayed that man. She cheated on that man.
She should.
She cheated on that man. Big didn't cheat on her, though. Back. Big didn't cheat on her. Big just stopped fucking with her and then got with somebody else. That was just
married someone else.
But it's like, you are married to Big now, and you go to like across the world.
She got tired of him. She's tired of this big old sweaty eyebrow, fucking clunky, playing around, rich white man all over, sweating on top of her, like playing Frank Sinatra. All Big wanted to do
was fucking play some Frank Sinatra and Amy Winehouse and watch a black and white movie. What's wrong with that?
She was tired of it, and she wanted some new.
Yeah, you wanted to go to a cabin.
We're not talking about where they live at. We're talking about.
You broke my heart. He pisses me off so bad with that. You broke my heart. I was like, ew. Big would never. Big would never. Big was never that cringe. All he did was raise his eyebrows.
Too masculine.
And he did what he was supposed to do. Like, don't you remember for her birthday when like everybody stood her up? And I am gonna bring it up again. And he literally,
I was just about to say, because if I didn't remember, you reminded me about it.
And he showed up. He showed up for her, but just not in the ways that people wanted. So for her to do what he did, for her to do what she did. It was like a slap in the face. And with Aiden, because there was some fun motherfuckers in this movie, but with Aiden, quite a couple.
Oh, that's what I wanted to mention. We also got the introduction of Anthony in the first movie, and we got that first kiss between what's his name, Stanley, and Anthony, the two gay guys.
Oh yeah, Stanford and Anthony. Yeah,
Stanford and Anthony. We got the introduction of them, and then the second one, that's where this whole movie starts, is at their wedding.
I never wanted them to be together.
Liza Minnelli at their wedding. Also, R.I.P. to Stanford, which makes then just like that so much like more heartbreaking. We'll talk about that next week. But yeah, so I wanted to mention that because we finally got, like that storyline.
I hated that. That was so stupid to me because I'm like,
you didn't think that they were a match?
No, not at all. They were just two gays, and I thought that was very careless.
They were like, we might as well just put them together.
Like they weren't even each other's type. Like, ew, why would you do that? Stop fucking playing on my damn noggin.
I think they just didn't know what to do. They just wanted to be inclusive. They're like, okay, well, we have Jennifer Hudson screaming, so we have the black.
I think that's checked. When I turn into Jayla from Baddies. And they were Gretchen. Like that's when that started to happen for me, because I'm like, why are you doing this? Please don't piss me off. And then right after that, they're like, you know what? And we're not done. Because now we're going to kill Big off. Oh.
But yeah, so the movie, what did you think about the trip? I think my favorite part of the entire movie is after the wedding, of course, is just seeing that plane, the plane to wherever they went overseas. That's it. Like that's just so beautiful. I want to be able to go on a plane like that one day. I don't care if I'm flying to Atlanta. Like get me on a plane like that.
I did like that. I also liked the friendship and bond, like almost sisterhood that Miranda and Charlotte had. It seemed like they were as close as they've ever been on that
Yeah.
particular trip, and they were there for each other.
Yes.
And I did like that. I also like that Samantha just didn't like Sarah Jessica Parker, so she was like, "I'm just gonna do all my scenes up here, and we'll reconvene later." Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could tell at that point. Like, I was like, "Damn!" Like they just,
Is that when you first started accepting, like, hey,
yeah, she's done.
because you're like, there's always a chance,
Yeah,
especially
no.
because her show is over or whatever.
Which shout out to y'all. Thank you for seeing my vision, and that's what I wanted to say too. And I wanted to point out who I was talking about because I said,
That can be the poster.
yeah. What do you guys think? Do you think that Samantha should be recasted? Because at this point, I do believe that Samantha's character is very important. And I also believe that Kim Cattrall is not fucking coming back because she hates Sarah Jessica Parker. So it's like, at this point, I get you guys are like, there's only one Samantha, but
Mm-hmm.
there's literally no Samantha because she's not coming back. So at this
At
point,
all.
we have to replace that character because I don't think they're doing a good job at it. Because there's nobody that can fill that. And so I think Samantha's character is necessary, which is why I would like to recast her with Jean Smart from Hacks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be a really good choice. And
They said that Jean Smart was already on Sex and the City, though.
I don't care.
Okay.
I don't care what she's on. This is and just like that. Like, can you get like listen, don't play with me. Because they play too much. Like, if you're not gonna bring back Samantha, bring back Jennifer Hudson's character.
Because I'm in
Because that's
love.
what I want to see. Because I don't like that new friend that Carrie has. I don't like her. I don't like her. She's
Even
not
after the second
good.
season, she
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 bonk.
bumped. I literally just said she bumped for you
I
at
just
least.
don't like her. I'm not feeling it.
What is it about her that is not clicking with you?
Everything. Like, there's so many things. It's just like the friendship that they have, it just seems so forced because I'm like, okay, I get it. Like you were there for Carrie during a very difficult time because she had just lost Big and they were sorting things out. But I'm like, she already has Miranda. You don't know Miranda and you don't know Charlotte. And you definitely don't know Samantha.
It's just like the meme that is going viral right now.
Yes. You don't know
Aaron is
Kiki
going
and you
viral.
don't know Ty. That's how I
Um,
feel. She doesn't know any of these people. So it's like, get out of Carrie's life and stop playing. They didn't even show their trip where they went. Like, they barely showed that.
we can get into that
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah.
But okay, so last thoughts on Sex and the City 2 movie.
Um, yeah, that was it. I didn't want to see Aiden. Was happy. And I want you guys to give big credit because when Carrie Bradshaw returned home, he was literally there. He forgave her for everything that she did and he changed his ways. And he was like, you know what? Now I will start going out with you and I will start being a more fun person.
Cause like I said last week, what I learned from Sex and the City is sometimes you have to cheat on a nigga to make them act right.
And she did, and he did act right. So it's like, I don't know what everybody's so pissy about. Like, I don't know. Aiden is not going to be man enough for Carrie Bradshaw. And I need you guys to understand that.
Man enough.
He's too worried about that 14-year-old boy anyway. We'll get into that.
Okay, you guys. What do you think, or no, who do you think should replace Samantha if she should be replaced? And is Jean Smart it? We already asked this on Instagram and they agreed. So if you disagree, we can put up something that says, who do you think would be
who do you think would be a better fit? Because I really can't imagine that y'all would think of a better fit, because I thought Jean Smart was lovely and 78% of the
She
people
kind of looked like her too.
downtown agreed.
Okay, 70. I'm not going to confront you about how long you left the poll up.
78%. But no, this was 78%. This was after too.
Okay.
This was the total.
The real
deal.
The full 24?
The full 24.
Okay.
I told you guys. Like, I left it up and you guys agreed. And this is like in the universe. Everybody, 78%.
Yeah, everyone agreed. Yeah, because everyone who's anyone follows us at Bravo Well Black. So I also want to know, what did you think about the finale of Abbott Elementary? I might post the Gregory and Janine moment, just because I know it's like a week later, but I wanted to give everyone time to look at it. So yeah, I want to know what you guys think about it. What do you think their future is, and do you like the way that they put them together? Y'all go watch the Chromatica tour. Put your fucking paws up and let us know what you think. I don't want any feedback on the Lady Gaga tour. I just know what it is, and like, I love her.
Yeah, because I don't need nobody saying
like, I don't need any kind of. That was my experience. My experience is right.
I told him, get your balls right off.
Right off of me. Have you seen her before? She mumbled something while we got down on the floor, baby. We might have fucked, I really should have got call. But something tells me, yeah, I know, yeah, a girl is a monster. Okay, we have to stop because we might get sued. Love you. See you soon.
Bye, y'all.
A Hurrdat Media Production.